What's up YouTube, GJ Consider. Today we're working on doing a cover up of a blowout from a tattoo that was previously done in a different state. What caused the blowout, it's kind of unsure. Could have been overworking, it could have been, you know, the artist's angle was incorrect on the tattoo machine, it could be contaminated ink. There's multiple factors that could have came into play with this, but today we're going to do our best to try to get this covered up the best we can while keeping the original tattoo and trying to make it look, you know, the way that it was expected the first time. Not going against any other tattoo artists. Things like this happen. Today I'm just gonna show you guys how I'm gonna go about doing the cover up while keeping the same tattoo that she's wanting. So here I'm just kind of making some little dainty flowers here to help kind of surround the piece. We're going to try to create a little bit of a distraction from the actual, you know, ink bleed that went up underneath her skin there. So we're going to get these black flowers that are going to be nicely stipple shaded and whatnot out of the way. We're going to whip shade them, and then we are going to go on to the actual use of the skin tone ink that I'm going to be using to try and essentially cover up the ink that had bled under the skin for whatever reason. Again, there could be a million reasons on why it did what it did. I'm not too sure. I don't know the artist that did it. I don't know the shop that did it. All I know is that it was done out of state, not around here. So makes it very difficult to kind of pinpoint exactly what happened, but I'm more or less concerned with getting it, you know, done up right the way that she was intending it to be when she first got the tattoo done. So after this we're going to do the whip shading. We're going to get a little bit of stipple shading in the flowers, and then we're going to move on to trying to get the skin tone back under here by actually covering it with some skin tone ink. So the setup that I'm using, I'll break that down while I'm doing the stipple shaded end of it, is I'm using the Mummy Pharaoh. I'm using a Quadrant 15 mag to pack in the actual skin tones. I'm using a 3 Mast Pro cartridge for the stipple shading, and for the outline I use a 5 Mast Pro liner. So what I'm doing here is the best I can with my 3 round liner is to kind of go around all the outside of the letters that I want to stay, and then after that I'm going to go back in with the actual skin tones, and with housing the letters, it's just going to help me clean it up a little bit more and give me a better understanding on where I'm going to be putting the skin tones to help apply the cover up. So here you see me kind of applying the skin tone here with my Quadrant 15 curve mag. I apply when I color pack. I use a shovel motion forward, and I kind of do this with every one of my tattoos that I do. I try my hardest not to overwork it. You just kind of can feel it when the actual cartridge bites the skin. That's all you need. You don't want to go way too far in there. You just kind of want to massage the ink in there. You don't want to overwork it.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away.
So here I'm just adding a little bit of white towards the top of the petals just to help compensate for some of that ink that kind of bled underneath. As you can see, it's not really skin tone under there. It's kind of like a purplish, grayish tone, and that's just from the ink underneath the skin. So what we're doing is we're trying to take your eye away from that a little bit by by just giving a little bit of highlight, and you just got to make sure that you're obviously putting this in the right area. Now the white's not always going to stay this vibrant, and the skin tone won't always stay this vibrant as well. As the skin heals over it, it kind of dulls out a little bit, and that's kind of what we're wanting, so it has more of like a natural look anyway. But in order to be able to try to keep this as separate as possible, that's why I'm going to be using the white versus the skin tone inside of the flowers as well.
As you fade away,
yeah, I'm about to fade away, cause every time I wake up I feel like it's Monday. Something's going wrong with all the chemicals up there.